Hello to everybody joining us. Welcome to the Abilita Advantage webinar. It's in Abilita's DNA to focus on our clients' needs with bottom line results. And we're thrilled to have you here today as we dive into important technology solutions that will help your business stay ahead. So AI is solving real world business problems today. Or is it? Small and medium-sized organizations are interested in putting large language models or LLMs to work to save time, cut costs, improve customer experiences. But what about the important factors to first consider, like creating policies, guardrails for protecting data, and preventing shadow AI? So today we're going to cover real-world applications for SMBs using it right now, how to spot the best opportunities for AI in your organization, and ways to avoid common AI pitfalls and wasted investments. Today, PhD Alexander Kraskatsky, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, AI expert, head of AI and data solutions at Kitely Tech, will present about the benefits and challenges of AI for SMBs. And Kitely Tech is a custom software development firm who is a globally awarded and recognized brand, and a team that co-authored the test questions to become Microsoft AI certified. So they literally wrote the book on it. And just as a reminder that you'll be getting a $25 gift card for DoorDash from Kitely Tech, which will be emailed to you after this meeting. So please mute your audio, turn off your video, and silence or disable your note takers, since this will be recorded and available to you use later. And finally, if you have any questions, you can come off mute, or you can also put it in the chat. So take it away, Alexander.
Thanks a lot. So let's start. Just give me a second. I will share my screen. Hopefully you can see my screen. So if you will have some comments or questions, you can pull them into the chat, and also we will have a Q&A section at the end. So I will be glad to answer your question. So what we will be talking about today is about some specific information about what is happening right now, where we are going, and how AI can help for SMBs. First of all, we need to explain what does mean for SMBs, because we can use artificial intelligence on a personal level, we can use it on a corporate level. And of course, if we are talking about big enterprises or governments or small, medium business, we can use AI differently. Anyway, some common things could be also, we can use in commonly. And let's start with understanding what we have right now, what the era. And before 2020, I would say we will have the human first world. It means that everything that we do, we will need to do manually. And artificial intelligence exists for before 2020, but it exists as a traditional artificial intelligence. It means that we had some data, we have some data sets, and we could analyze them to extract some insights and do some forecasting or classification tasks, but still human was the final decision maker. Now, from 2020 approximately, we start digging in AI-assisted world. It means that AI becomes, as an applied technology, it could help us in different ways. Why I'm saying AI-assisted? And why I'm saying about 2020? Because this is the approximate time when a generative AI start popping up. And now we are moving to the next stage of artificial intelligence, which could be the AI first era. Of course, we could say that this is the marketing term, But we could remember what happens with mobile or cloud a couple of years ago. We also thought that who will doing some mobile applications, or why do we need to migrate to cloud? But now we understand that this is the commonly technology that we use. So with AI will be something similar. And the AI first era will be correlated with the third type of AI, which is the agentic AI. Of course, it's not a very precise terminology. We can't say that traditional AI is dead and we have just a generative AI. Of course, no. We have a traditional, generative, and agentic AI at the same time, and we still could use some forecasting models. We could use deep learning, machine learning models. But the biggest challenge, biggest difference between traditional and generative AI is actually that generative AI could produce new content. Even we would like to summarize some news or a document and just make a summary of this document, it's still a new content. And that means that we could produce more insights, we could produce more content, and of course, it gives us a lot of opportunities. Agentic AI means that we could use the large language models not just for producing new content, but also for acting. And this is the scale, the time scale of what happens for last couple of years, and you can see that that's the reason why I'm sad that it started from 2020, because you can see a huge rise of different large language models, and it's a huge number, from small models to medium-sized models and also the large language models. Of course, we don't use them all. We have some key vendors. And if we are talking about US, we can name OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, maybe Microsoft, because they also start building some own large language models, and also Meta, that represents the open source Llama model. If we are talking about China, we have Alibaba, we have DeepSeek, and they also quite good and quite comparable with US models. And we also have one European model, European vendor, which is Mistral AI. Of course, if we are talking about the quality of these large language models, we could say that they already have a very good quality. There is a research that states that 95% of all AI pilots are unsuccessful. But the real reason why these pilots are not successful is not the quality of these AI models. It's totally different reasons. It is company. So most of the companies, they are not ready for AI adoption because there is no understanding of real use cases that can be used. So a lot of reasons, and we will talk a little bit about them. Next, we will talk about the big progress. So OpenAI released GPT-3 at 2020, and ChatGPT, the first version, in 2022. And since that time, we have 3 years of progress, and large language models make a very significant progress on that. You can see that we have different new features like multimodality, we have search capabilities, we have reasoning, um, we have integrating of different tools, etc. It means that the progress is very huge, and this is a very important thing because we don't need to evaluate large language models and tools right now, but we need to understand what will be in a couple of years. And that's a very interesting world because each day or each week we have a very good news about the progress. And even the 1 year ago, we have some Sora or other video tools, video models, and the quality was not so good. And we have a very short videos that can be done in 2-3 seconds. Now we have 15 seconds. Then we will have an unlimited opportunity. And now we have videos that can be very high quality. So you can see that this progress not about text, but also for other modalities. So formally, large language models, they need to be renamed to large multimodal models. It means that they could work with images, text, audio, video, 3D, and programming code. What does the multimodality means? For example, you would like to translate audio from English to German. And what you need to do, you actually need to make a speech to text, then a text translation, and then text to speech. So you need to provide 3 steps. If you have a real multimodality model, it means that you don't need to do these intermediate steps. You just can convert audio to audio. That's the true multimodality. And it brings a huge opportunities because now you can see that YouTube added the live translations. You can see some devices that can do the live translation. You can copy different voices in real time. So you have a very huge progress over all these models. So as we said, large language models now could be said as a large multimodal models. That's the correct name. Next, how we could work with these large language models. This calls a prompt engineering. Um, so if we will ask some dumb question, we will get a very average response. So if we would like to get better results, we need to understand the prompt engineering techniques. We need to understand how to work with chain of thought, what is a generated knowledge, what is the zero-shot prompting, few-shot prompting, one-shot prompting, what is a self-reflection, how to use other different techniques. And it will help you to generate more accurate and better results. Because as I said, uh, large language models provides you the average response. So if you would like to get the good results, you need to understand this prompt engineering techniques. But that was true for last 2 or 3 years. Now we are slightly moving to another concept, which calls a context engineering. It means that even you ask some not perfect question, or you provide not perfect prompt, um, the current level of large language models allows them to rephrase and understand what you actually want. But what they miss is actually your context. And that's the difference between personal productivity and the corporate productivity, because corporate productivity means that you need to pop up some corporate data, some internal tools, some internal data, Excel files, PDFs, etc., and also access to maybe some internal databases. So it means that you need to add more context to the large language models to provide better results. You can give more examples, you can copy paste some information, you can give access to local infrastructure, you can pop up the chat history, and of course you can use your own corporate information, which will improve the quality of the answer. And one of this approach calls RAG, which is the retrieval augmented generation. That's the basic approach that is used, and 99% of small medium businesses, they started with this type of solutions. So RAG is the approach. Let me explain it more in details. So we want to use a large language models, but on top of our corporate data. So we need to index our PDFs, our Word files, Excels. And on the first stage, we just need to retrieve the pieces of information that might contain the information from our prompt. Then we need to augment the retrieved information and understand what exact pieces of information are relevant to our query. And on the third stage, we generate the final answer. So that could be implemented via ChatGPT, via NotebookLM, via Azure, or we have a lot of opportunities how we can implement this RAG solution. Next, if you work closely with ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, you will see a couple of additional tools like web search, deep research, file search, code interpreter, compute use. Also, you can integrate with some internal system like Gmail or Dropbox or something like this. So all of them are specific modes in general purpose generative AI tools. But these modes that can be used in for example, ChatGPT are also tools for agent. So you can orchestrate all these tools to achieve some goal. To one also one of the good thing that happened with the large language models is ability to reason. Uh, so when developers start working on large language models, they said, okay, we would like to provide a technology that will generate some text. It will be good quality, but we don't guarantee it will be 100% accurate, and so it will be not 100% accurate in case of facts. So reasoning helps to solve this issue because now all the models become models with reasoning. Before they will answer your question, model will reason, think. And this is something that you can see on GPT-5. But all state-of-the-art models, they become the reasoning models. So the shifting was the following. Despite the question, we need to think like humans. We also trying to think before giving the answer or making decision. But the question is, what the effort we need to do to answer the question. So yeah, and now we have this reasoning effort parameter. So we can say, okay, please make more effort for answering my question. It means that if I would ask some common question, we will use the small reasoning effort. If we need to make some business plan or marketing research, we would like to ask to use a better reasoning effort. Of course, it helps also to reduce the hallucination, because before answering, a large language model can comprehend the request, can make a self-critic, self-reflection, and self-validation. So it means that in most of the cases we will get more accurate answers. So our models have another transformation from large multimodal models to large multimodal models with reasoning. And this is a huge progress. Now we have a couple of interesting modes of tools that we can use right now. One of them is a deep research, and this is the #1 tool that SMBs can use for daily routine work. Deep research is a tool that allows you to analyze a big range of search results, some external knowledge, and create a report with the references to the specific links. And what you need to do is actually to select deep research in ChatGPT, in Perplexity, or Gemini. And after a few minutes, you will get a very structured and high quality report or research on a specific topic. And this is something that you can do right now without paying a big amount of money. And it works very perfectly. Next, what you can do is actually data analysis. Of course, we all love Excel, we use Power BI, we use all these dashboards, but now we don't need a technical people to make a very quick and very good data analysis, because generative AI is very good on this. But let me explain it in detail. So large language models, they can't analyze your data, but they can generate programming code that actually could analyze your data. So that's also a different approach how we can use large language models, and very quickly we can see the visualizations, we can generate plots, we can generate insights just within general purpose tools. Yeah, this is also one of the example. I will show it in a demo. And this is also a very interesting tool, which calls the Perplexity Labs, which is the combination of deep research and ability to generate code. So instead of getting just a simple report, you can generate an application. It will be interactive, it will combine the data, it will generate some plots, and there is no restrictions of what type of applications you would like to generate. So that's a very huge opportunity to work with different data. And now we slightly move to agents. So agent uses large language models to understand your intent, so what you would like to achieve. Agents can use some short and long-term memory just to synchronize between different steps and between different actions. You can add more tools. You can use web search, deep research, file search, and also some integrations and your custom code. And that will be the universe of your tools. At the first stage, agent will take your prompt, understand your intent, and create a plan of execution. For example, you would like to order a pizza, and you will say, please order margarita and pay by PayPal, and please deliver it to this address. So at this point, agent will understand what you want to achieve. It will break down your goal into subtasks. For example, you need to order, you need to pay, and you need to deliver. And for each step and sub-step, it will select the appropriate tool or function. Then it will execute and give the final result. Also, there is some kind of guardrails, because if you don't want to give the exact details of your bank card, you would like to enter manually, not by agent. So that's the guardrail. Or for example, if you would like to order pizza, you don't want people ask some dummy questions about different topic. So guardrails works for that. So agent is a system grounded by large multimodal models with reasoning, but this system acts. That's the difference between assistant, between large language model and agent. So agent is acting. And that's the total different approach, because now when we work with different low code, no code business automation tools, we We design all the pipeline. We design all the steps. We validate all the steps. So we are responsible for all the pipeline. If we are talking about modern agents, we could design the universe of tools, and we can ask whatever we want within this system. And this is orchestrator. This is a high level of abstraction when a system can orchestrate different agents. This is the example from Microsoft, and this MyDX orchestrator um, turns a language model into a virtual panel of clinicals. So here you can see that this orchestrator contains of couple of agents: Dr. Challenger agent, Dr. Hypothesis agent, Dr. Stewardship agent, Dr. Test Chooser agent, Dr. Checklist agent. So all these agents work independently, and orchestrator knows how to execute these agents in parallel, or in some other order. And if you will see the results, you will see that for this specific task, the accuracy of human was 22%, the accuracy of large language models without orchestration from 25 to 79. And if you will see the orchestration, you will see the accuracy up to 88%. So it means that if we would use different approaches, we could get even more results than just the large language models. Now, I would like,
Alexander, can I ask you a quick question before you go on to the next slide? Um,
of
kind
course,
of kind of tying in the timeline that you showed before in this slide right here, it seems like at this point in 2025, a lot of individuals, businesses are using the AI for assisting the human, getting excellent information, and maybe the human is customer facing. But it seems like with the data that you just showed there, we're coming to the point when people will be trusting the large language models or the MLLM to be customer facing. Any thoughts or expectations of how and when do we get to that point that we kind of flip between the agentic AI and the human?
yeah, thanks for the question. I would like to show you the full picture. So we're still on the AI assisted era, and the demos I will show right now will be mostly about assistant. But you need to understand that that will be quickly changed, and we need to prepare for the agentic era. Of course, we have some niches where AI is better than human. Although AI it's not can't perform legally, because all responsibility is on us, on humans. So if we are talking about agentic AI, we could totally use agents without any human interactions. Although, if we are talking about responsible use of AI, we need to design system where the human will be in the loop. It means that despite the fact that AI can bring you a lot of value and make decisions, we need to understand why these decisions were made. And it means that, of course, we need to design system where all responsible people will be interacted and communicated with AI. So that's the responsible AI framework. And if you will look on different system and some educational materials, you will see this human in the loop approach. We also we love artificial intelligence, but of course, if we are talking about very sensitive areas like healthcare or legal, of course, humans should be in the loop and take the responsibility. And still, AI should be the assistant technology, not the key performer. Now I would like to very briefly explain the levels of implementing artificial intelligence. So on the first level, we can use some specialized software that already has some AI features. The very good example of such type of software is note takers. It could be Firefly's AI, Otter AI, and we have dozens of them. We don't know what exact AI is used there. We just use the software. The same could be for PowerPoint. There is a AI coach or something like this. So we have a lot of AI features in a software. Then we can work with ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Midjourney, Microsoft Copilot, and all other similar technologies and tools, which called general purpose Gen AI tools. Why general purpose? Because you can do a lot of tasks. You can generate code, you can ask questions, you can make assistants, you can analyze your code, analyze your data. So you can do whatever you want. There is no specific some specific task, some single task can be done. That's why it's a general purpose. The problem of these general purpose Gen AI tools is a lack of context. And after that, we can step out to copilots. Copilots is the specialized tools that works on top of your infrastructure. The good example is Microsoft 365 Copilot, Gemini for Google Workspace, Notion AI, Zoom AI Companion, etc. So you still work in your specific technical environment, but you have this copilot on top of that. And that's a very interesting approach because you don't need to implement something. You just need to pay for additional license, and that's all. This is the quickest way how you can start working with these AI tools in your corporate environment. For technical people, we can use different IDs with AI, like Cursor, like GitHub Copilot, like Cloud Code, like ChatGPT Codex. It helps to build software. Then, as I mentioned previously, that's the RAG system. It could be different. We could use the custom GPTs in ChatGPT. We can use Notebook LM from Google. We can use Gemini Gems also from Google, or build own. The question is why we need to build own if we have this general purpose Gen AI tools. The question is security, because if you build a custom RAG system, all the information, all the queries, all the results will stay inside your organization. So that's the biggest difference between general purpose Gen AI tools and corporate ones. Then you can build different agents. Now we have a ChatGPT agent builder, we have N8N, we have Microsoft Copilot Studio, and we have much more that will allow you to build some automatization with AI. Then that's the custom AI tools. So if you have a very your business specific use case, that will be a know-how for you and something that will differentiate you from other businesses, you have to build these custom AI tools. And if we will go further, there's the fine-tuned models. That's a specialized tools, specialized models that trained on your corporate data. So you will not use a chat GPT, you will use, I don't know, Llama on your corporate data. But it will be not a RAG, it will be a fine-tuned model. And also the greatest companies from this world, they will provide their own foundation model. ChatGPT or GPT, Gemini, that's the foundation models, and that's the top level of implementing artificial intelligence. So we help with almost all areas of this type of tools. And of course, our recommendation is to start from small. You can start from the general purpose Gen AI tools. You can activate copilots, and then you can think about better tools and some custom tools. That's the example of Fireflies AI. As specialized tools, that's how Microsoft 365 works. And here you can see that you have a large language models, access to your data through Microsoft Graph. You have integration in Microsoft 365 apps, and you have access to internet inside one tool. And that's the good differentiator. And this is the example how Microsoft 365 Copilot works on Teams, and also how Microsoft 365 Sales Copilot works on top of Dynamics 365. So it connects the dot between different tools inside the organization. This is the ChatGPT agent that is available already in ChatGPT. It combines ability also to work with browser, so you can emulate visiting different websites and analyze the visual information. And it's very powerful tool in that cases when we need to analyze the websites itself, not just the search information through the search system. And this is the example of no low-code tool. In this case, it's N8N, which allows you to build agents. And just want to very clearly explain the difference between automatization, AI workflows, and AI agent. So automatization is something when you design all the process. So you totally control all the loops, all if-elses, everything you control. If you control the process, but you would like to use some elements of AI, for example, OCR, or extracting some information from document, but still you design all the process, that's the AI workflow. And if you want the system works, have some autonomy, and you just design the overall infrastructure, provide the list of tools, and then give the autonomy to the system, that's the AI agent. So simple words, agent is automation plus AI. I mentioned this before, 95% of all pilots are not successful because companies need to make some digital transformation and to be AI ready. There is a couple of levels of AI readiness: foundation, approaching, aspiration, and mature. So on each level, you can understand what you need to do, what vendors you need to use, what partners you need to work with, what actions you need to provide, what investment you need to do. So that's a very good described framework. Also, each company should understand the three types of use cases that then AI can use for. The first type is productivity or operational use cases, something that you can improve, make quicker, save some time of data processing, etc. Domain case. So here you will not have a very huge return of investment. It's just the preparation for next steps. And next steps is actually a domain use cases. That's the specific use cases that vary relative to your business, that very hardly be reproducible by other businesses. And that's the core value for your business. And the third type is a transformational use cases. For example, if you're a company for developing software, we could say in 5 years, we would like that 50% of code will be developed by AI. That's I don't know what exact tools, how much money it will cost, what people will do this transformation, but I have this clear goal in 5 years. And each company should work in these three directions. And final slide, that's the uh, 6 areas that you need to think about how you will integrate AI into work. You need to think about the digital roadmap, how you will integrate and leverage AI on your business. What talents you need, maybe you will hire internally or work with external vendors, what the operating model you will use, what technology and infrastructure vendor you will use, what data you have inside your company, and how you will scale. The final goal is to understand how AI will provide, how AI will make you more money, not just the save some operational cost, but how AI will change the business model for your business. That's the primary idea. And now I would like to show a very brief examples of what you can do right now with artificial intelligence. So just give me a second. I will change the screen. So now you have to see ChatGPT 5. So I will show uh, a very quick example of how to analyze the data. I will upload just the CSV file. That's the fast food restaurants in the United States. Here you can see that ChatGPT started to analyze my data by generating Python code. There is explanation of what columns we have, what they used for. And now they ask what I would like to see. I would want to see distribution by brand, by state, by city, or maybe do some other analysis. So let's see the distribution by brand. I can see that the biggest number of restaurants, McDonald's, then Taco Bell, Burger King. Okay, I would say make a pie chart with top 10. So yes, ChatGPT also could generate code that will create graphs, some plots, some insights. Yes, now I could see its a visualization, but let's make some more complicated example. As we have a longitude and latitude for each restaurant, I would like to ask create an interactive heat map, HTML heat map to be downloaded with all restaurants. Okay, so once again, what we want to achieve, we would like to get the interactive HTML heat map. So interactive means that we'll be able to communicate, interact with this. It will be HTML, so it will be simple format, and for all restaurants across the US. Let's see what we will get. 9 from 10 actions, it performs very good results. Let's see. Yes, we can download the file. Okay, and here we go. Now we have this heat map. It's interactive, so I can work, I can zoom in, zoom out, and see the distribution of restaurants across the US. I could do something like this. Awesome. Let's do the same for McDonald's, and I do some mistakes in Texas and California. So even you make some mistakes, ChatGPT will understand the context and will find the correct values. Now you can see that thinking executed, so thought for 12 seconds, and now we have one more execution. Okay, McDonald's. Yes, I created and download. Let's download it. Okay, and now you can see just McDonald's and just 2 states. So it's very easy to work with your data. One more example is a corporate tool, which is the Project Sophia Microsoft.com. It works similar to what you saw right now. The difference is it more corporate specific. So you can upload your data, for example, sales CSV, and ask any business questions. So this tool allows you to make different dashboards, jump into the specific pieces of information, generate insights, and yeah, and you can see here that you have also defined it's a sales leader or pipeline exploration. So the purpose of your analysis. It means that you don't need complicated Power BI dashboard if you just need to quickly understand the root of your data. And also this is the agent, because you can see that it analyzes the structure of the data, it's analyzed the root of the data, and it uses orchestration, planner agent, research agent, and now we have all this, now we have the dashboards. It's also interactive. It automatically provides good insights, both graphic and textual. So here um, all the insights in textual mode. If you want to jump into a specific area, you have this button. Click to dive deeper. Here you have more suggestions, and you can update block or generate new blueprint. So you can dive into your data from any site, and you will go deeper to understand more about your data. And this is just one example of how you can work with data analysis. One more example, I mentioned this as a Perplexity Labs. So you can ask not to make a research, but also to create a dashboard. Create a dashboard comparing the 5-year performance of a traditional stock portfolio versus an AI-powered portfolio. So, and this is the application that was built after information was collected, and then the application was generated. So this is also an interactive. So you can see plots, you can see tables, you can see tabs, etc. And the good thing about Perplexity Labs is that there is no restrictions of what exact uh, dashboard or what exact you will do. It could be a textual, it could be, yes, it could be tables, it could be visualization, it could be totally different approaches. What does it mean for businesses? It means that, just a second. What does it mean for businesses? It means that you can work better with your data. You can connect your specific data sources. You can integrate it in your working environment, make better decisions, have a quicker way to your data. And this is the first level of implementation. Next, after you will understand all the capabilities, all the opportunities, you will be able to do some integrations. Let me show one more example. Just a second. You can do some more integration. For example, you can go to GPT store. And here we have a Wolfram custom GPT. Sorry, works. Yes, Wolfram. It contains the external connection. So instead of doing something inside ChatGPT, it delegates this question to external tool. It makes the work and then return to ChatGPT the results. So you can use a ChatGPT or any other interface as a semantic, as a language chat to your data. And everything I showed you, we could do this previously, but it will take a huge number of resources, money, and time. Now it's very simple and can be applied to your business. And one more thing is about applied, because artificial intelligence is an applied technology. It means that if you will have a good idea and you have a data and you have a clear vision of what you would like to automate, AI will help you. If you will implement AI or leverage AI just because everybody do this, that will be you will be a part of that statistics that 95% of pilots are unsuccessful. It means that you need to have a strong idea, you need to have a strong partner, and you need to be open to new technologies. I hope this session was helpful for you, and I hope that your AI will help you to make more money and change the world. Thank you.
Are there any questions that anybody has in the chat or audibly?
Dan, I'll
I
offer
could
a
just
question. Dan, I'll
yeah, go
offer
ahead.
a question. Yeah, sorry. Thanks, Alex. I'm outside the industry in my role with Abilita, but I often work with people and talk to people, and one of the questions they have with IT stuff is, what skill sets do I have to have in my company for someone to be able to run with an AI project? And I think that's one of the things that people just don't know what they don't know, so they need to get a kind of grips on that. So if you can offer any insight that might help somebody saying you need to staff your team with resource type of X or resource type of Y.
Perfect question. Yes, first of all, you need to have people inside your company that will drive AI internally. And this is a small number of your company. If we are talking about the general skill for all employees, the first one is the demystification of AI. So everybody should understand that AI is not a threat, but the opportunity. The second is the prompt engineering skills and context engineering skills. And the third is some tool, maybe even simple tool like ChatGPT Agent Builder or N8N, that will help them to make a simple agents. And everything which is complicated, you need to delegate it to the professional team.
Makes sense. Okay, thanks, Alex.
Well, very good. Well, thanks so much, Alexander. The whole point of these webinars is just to help everybody get a little bit smarter about the technology issues, and I feel like it was drinking from a fire hydrant today. Understanding better the industry and the solutions like Kitely Tech for your organization. So hopefully this was helpful to everybody. Our next webinar is going to be in December, and just expect an email from us with an invitation as we get closer. So thank you everybody for coming, and thank you gentlemen from Kitely Tech for today.